Hello everyone, I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird today. I had everything set up to record the video and then I woke up and my throat was sore. But I want to get this done for you guys. So today I have the three metal circulars from ChiaoGoo. On the left is the stainless steel, the middle is the ChiaoGoo red, and then the right is the red lace. I'll start with the stainless steel. Now, these are actually discontinued. You can't really, they don't make these anymore, but you can still find these in some online shops and some local yarn stores. They're a pretty typical metal needle. The shaft is, of course, stainless steel. Uh, the cable is nylon, and the tips they're a bit blunt, but they're a little bit deceptively pointy. If you feel them or you knit with them, you can tell that it's a little bit more of a pointer than it initially looks like. One thing that I don't like about these needles is this bend. It's the way that these sit in my hands. They don't sit very well. They're kind of uncomfortable, and they make the cable kind of go out at weird angles sometimes. Especially when knitting flat. Not so much when knitting round, because the project weighs down the cable and kind of keeps it straight. But if you're knitting a small thing only goes up to here on the needle, then it kind of makes it go out at an awkward angle like that. Now in the center is the ChiaoGoo red, and the main difference with this one is the cable, which is actually a multi-threaded steel cable coated in nylon. And when you first hear about that, you think it's going to be super stiff or it's going to have a lot of memory to it or something, but it's really nice. I mean, look at this. It doesn't really need to be steamed or boiled or anything at all. It has no shape to it from when I had it coiled up. And this is pretty much how it came out of the package. I didn't have to do anything to this to knit with it. The shaft and the tip are, as far as I can tell, pretty much the same. Obviously, these are different sizes, so it's not really a direct comparison. But this one does still have that bend in that needle that I hate. And then there's the red lace. This has the same stainless steel needle and the same steel cable, but A, there is no bend. Awesome. And B, the tips are ridiculously sharp. This is sharper than anything else I've ever used except for signatures. And I have a set of signatures, and I also borrowed a set of double points from a friend. And I compared the tips. It was almost identical. These were just barely a little bit more blunt than the signatures. In fact, they're so sharp that for me it was just a little bit uncomfortable to knit plain stockinette with, because I found that this went too far in the other direction, and it just kind of poked through the yarn instead of kind of shoving it out of the way. So for plain stockinette, maybe these aren't the best choice, but these are really nice for lace, or for anything with a lot of decreases, a lot of increases, if you're doing a sock. Um, Now the price point with all of these is also really good. They're all about $7 to $8 per needle, so they're cheaper than most other ones. The red lace, I believe, is a little bit more expensive than the others, but I think it's worth it. Um, these are definitely a case of try 'em though, because that you might not like the bend in the needle, you might be able to tolerate it, might not bug you at all. Um, I I really don't like the bend at all, but the red lace solves that problem for me. So again, you cannot find really can't really find the stainless steel anymore because they're discontinued. So most of what you're going to find is the red and the red lace.